Yo, YouTube, welcome back, and we're reacting to 6 most disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Let's get right into the shit!
Since 2017, a YouTuber named Phil has been uploading videos of his hiking trips to his channel Hike
Yo,
Slam,
what's
where
good,
he gives his
Phil?
viewers a glimpse into everything he does to prepare for a long hike,
He only
camp
has
alone in the
2K
middle of the woods,
subscribers?
choose the
God
right hiking
damn.
gear, and pretty much
I got
everything
like
related to
11
the
on this
outdoors.
account.
On the night before Thanksgiving 2021, Phil went on an overnight hike to camp on the Appalachian Trail near his house
Got
in
a
Virginia.
huge ass gap
For
in
the
his
first half
teeth.
hour of his hike,
No
things kick off pretty
disrespect.
normally, but
I got a
after a
gap,
while,
but
he
it's not
finds some
that big.
odd-looking trash lying on the side of the
He
trail.
must have been sticking like
Strangely,
bottle
there appears to
caps
be
through
some
his
writing on
teeth.
some of the containers he
Fucking
finds, which
spread
appear
that
to be
shit
song
open.
lyrics, though
God
it's hard
damn.
to imagine why anyone would go through the trouble of writing out entire songs or poems on a plastic container, only to later throw it on the side of the trail. As he crosses the boundary into the wilderness, things continue to get stranger and stranger,
that is
and
weird.
as he nears the campsite, Phil finds another series
The
of
weird thing
disturbing
is how
notes.
Phil is making himself
The weirdness
walk
continues.
or place a camera, walk in front of it, and then walk all the way back. That's the funny part, Phil.
What the?
Why is there so many shit with writings and all just laid out? What the fuck?
And there's a
Dead bird?
dead duck here.
Or dead duck, yeah.
Some of the notes
So
appear to
weird.
contain cryptic poems, others seem to talk about pretty in-depth conspiracy theories and undercover federal agents or something, and the rest appear to be biographical, with whoever wrote them telling parts of their story. It's tough to confirm if the person who wrote the notes was the same person who killed the duck, but honestly, it would be too much of a coincidence for the dead duck to be lying right there next to the series of creepy notes, which were obviously placed there recently considering they're in good condition and not wet. After taking in the eerie scene, Phil notices a tarp and a fire next to a campsite about 20 yards away from the notes
and
and
if
the dead
it
duck.
was a couple days,
Staying as
the
far
animal
away as
would have
possible
took
from
the
the
duck and
campsite, he
ate it.
continues
So
making his way up to a
so
shelter.
weird.
Although this next part wasn't caught on camera, Phil then reported that he saw two women coming down the trail with their dog, asking him if he had seen the guy who was leaving the creepy notes and dead animals on the side of the trail.
Why is that
When Phil
creepy,
mentioned he
bro?
saw a campsite and a fire a few yards away from the notes, the woman got
That's probably
scared
the
and asked him
guy.
to walk back to their car with them. Thinking it was probably a good idea to move as far away as possible from the campsite anyway, Phil went back with them and then started hiking in the other direction to find a safer place to spend the night. Fortunately, the rest of his hike to the new shelter was a lot more uneventful for Phil, and once he got there, he was able to set up a camp for the night, light a fire, and enjoy his dinner miles away from the disturbing notes he
But
found.
he got stalked
A few
on.
minutes later, once it got dark, Phil decided to go into the shelter and check out the camp log and see some of the notes and stories other hikers had left behind. And that's when things get extremely creepy again.
I'm gonna check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire. Almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. It's nice and little
It's
trail
all
magic.
nice letters. What does he
Some
mean?
comics and writing and stuff.
Nice drawings.
Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap.
That looks like the same handwriting on the fucking other paper on the duck.
Adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here.
That's exactly what I just said, bro. He knows. Like, he's thinking in my head, bro. I know he is.
Even though the shelter where Phil's currently staying at is more than 2 miles away and
Or
on
I'm
the other
in
side of
his
the road
head,
from
I
the
don't
previous
know.
one, the handwriting in the camp
Either
log
one.
is exactly the same as the handwriting that was on the notes and garbage on the other
That
side
means
of the
he
road.
knows that the guy's
This
there.
is pretty disturbing in itself, but it gets even
Oh.
more so when Phil starts to actually read some of the content in the logbook.
In 2018, while I was
That's a long
incarcerated
time ago.
at the Okaloosa County Jail. What the heck?
So it's a prisoner? Did he escape?
In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. This is the same ramblings from the guy
So many
that was on the other
pages.
side of the river. That's kind of scary.
I would have never.
Kind of weird.
I would
Those-
not go
those waiting out
camping
there said they were
again,
gonna call
bro.
the police on
I
the
would
guy.
run. I'll get out of
Wow,
there.
this is weird. It's just like it goes in one direction, then
He's
immediately
either
goes
gonna try to
a
rob him or
completely
steal his
different
shit,
direction.
bro. Like,
And
why
there's
is he just
so
camping
much of
still?
it.
I would have left when
Like
that lady
like
asked
this
me to
line up
walk
here.
her to the car. The fuck?
Think grave robbery in an attempt to obscure the reality of Little Mrs. Wolf. Content. Come up with some more of those wicked schemes, JB and company, so
What
I
is
can
she
show some more
talking
of your
about?
true character.
The fact that there's a convicted felon walking around the woods leaving dark and weird notes all over the place is extremely concerning, and based on the kinds of
He
stuff
made
the
it
guy is
through the
writing,
night.
he's probably not in his right mind. This could obviously be dangerous for Phil, especially
Imagine you
since it's
just see
already
a
pretty
face
dark
pop
and he
up
doesn't appear to
behind
have
him, like,
anything to
right
defend
there.
himself with.
Holy shit.
As he gets ready to go to sleep in his tent, Phil walks back to the shelter once more, where he finds half a Gatorade bottle hanging from a string on the
shit.
ceiling with a note in the same guy's handwriting that reads, "Watch out for Yeet Mouse. The dead do walk and talk." Understandably creeped out by yet another disturbing note, Phil tries to fall asleep in his tent, obviously a little on edge from everything that happened that day.
Does he have a
The
knife?
last thing you'd want to happen if you were in Phil's position would probably be to start hearing
I would've
strange
kept a
noises near the
pocket
shelter
knife
in the
on
middle
me
of the
at all
night,
times,
and
like
that's
a big
exactly what
one.
happened. While he was falling asleep, he heard something moving near the shelter, and as he poked his head out of the tent, he saw a single guy with a headlamp walking around the shelter. Not wanting to find out if it was the same guy who had been leaving notes, he quietly made his way back to the truck in the middle of the night, checking over his shoulder the entire way to make sure he wasn't being followed. Luckily, he made it back home safely, and as of 2024, he hasn't uploaded
That's
another video about
scary.
the strange notes he found on the Appalachian Trail.
I knew some shit was
It's
gonna
pretty
happen
likely
like
that dozens of other hikers after him came across the disturbing notes and the dead duck, but we'll probably never know who exactly the guy who wrote them was, or what he would have
How
done
did he
if he ran
catch
into
a
any
fucking
unsuspecting
duck?
campers.
That's my question, bro. Holy fuck.
Grizzly Gaz is a camping channel on YouTube consisting of dozens of videos featuring Gaz, the uploader, going on hiking and camping trips in the UK with his French bulldog
74K.
named Fendi.
Holy
In
shit.
a lot of his videos, he goes camping in some pretty extreme conditions, and he often shows footage of his unexpected
Goddamn, why is it
encounters
so
with big
windy?
animals in the middle of the woods. In April
That's just a
2023, Gaz
deer.
uploaded a video of a camping trip
Big
he made somewhere in the
animals.
woods in the UK. The first part of the camping
he's
trip
from
goes
UK?
pretty much according to plan, with the footage showing
He's a
Gaz
French
setting up his tent
bulldog?
and chopping wood to
Ooh.
make a fire while his dog Fendi keeps him company as the sun
Look,
begins
he's
to set.
smart. That's a smart
This
way
next
to chop
part
wood.
wasn't shown in the footage, but as Gaz started to prepare his steak dinner over the fire, a random
knew
man
he
in
was gonna
jeans and a
do some
coat
shit
approached
like
his
that.
campsite and asked him for a beer and some food.
Right, we've got steaks on go now. Bit of ribeye. Pot boiling for some mash. And I've got a visitor. Creeped up behind me asking me if I had a light in my pants. This is Martin anyway. I don't know him, but he's stopping for a steak, so...
Just some random creep wandering about.
You went round here in a poncho a couple of months ago, were you?
I don't think I was. But I could have been.
Although the encounter with the man itself was pretty tame, it's still
He said
pretty
I
creepy to be
could've
camping in the woods in the middle of nowhere and suddenly be approached by a random guy asking for things. If you listen closely to what he's saying, some of the guy's sentences are a little incoherent, and he appears to ramble a bit when he talks, almost like he's kind of out of it. Later in the footage, Gaz reveals that Martin
maybe?
was homeless, and that as they shared their dinner, he told Gaz his story about how he had ruined his life with drugs and how he had ended up walking alone in the woods that day. Disturbingly, Gaz also mentioned that while they were having dinner, he turned around for a few seconds to chop some more wood to keep the fire going, and when he turned back around, Martin had left the campsite unannounced without even thanking Gaz for the food. After the strange encounter, the uploader decided to leave the campsite and head home out of fear that the man would possibly tell his friends about meeting some guy camping out in the middle of the woods with expensive filming equipment lying around and suggest robbing him or possibly worse. To see if Martin would come back in the middle of the night with possibly ill intentions, Gaz actually left a trail camera on the tree at the campsite to capture everything that happened that night. Based on his behavior,
gonna
it's pretty hard to
steal it
gauge
for
Martin's
sure.
intentions and know whether he was just confused and possibly under the influence, or
There's
if he
no
had something
way
more
he
sinister
doesn't
planned that
steal
evening.
it.
Either way, it's probably a good thing that Gaz left the campsite and didn't go back until the next morning, especially since, when he did go back, his trail camera that he had left was completely gone.
Oh my god, I called it. No way.
Creepy Outdoors is
What
a
the
channel where the
fuck?
uploader frequently shows footage of his nighttime visits to sketchy outdoor locations during all 4 seasons.
Was he found a fucking
In
Yeti?
October 2022,
What is
Creepy
this?
Outdoors uploaded a video of a camping trip he took to an unnamed forest in the middle of nowhere,
I'm
recording
fucking
everything he
sick,
saw as he
guys.
explored some
Oh
of the
my
surrounding
God.
woods in the darkness.
I'm
For the
getting
first few
better though.
minutes,
It's
all you
like
can hear is the
calming
guys
down,
breathing,
but I'm still
and you
coughing
can't help but be
here and
kind of
there.
amazed at how brave it is to visit a dark forest in the middle of nowhere all alone, not knowing if you're going to run into potentially hostile animals or something else. As the video progresses, the uploader makes a few comments and observations on his surroundings.
That looks
and
like a
throughout the
nice
footage, there doesn't
spot.
appear to be anyone else in the forest with him. Around 13 minutes in, though, an
What's
extremely disturbing
scary
sound
being-
takes
Oh,
the footage
why
in a
is there
pretty dark
fire?
direction.
Is that his fire? Yeah, probably.
Oh, hi.
What the fuck?
I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Ooh. Okay. That was creepy. I need to get out of here.
In the
He
distance,
sounds
probably
out
a
of
couple
it.
of hundred feet away from the uploader, a voice yells, "I see you." It's possible that the disturbing sound was made by a coyote or a fox, but because it sounded so much like "I see
Coyote or a
you," it could have also been
fox?
another camper trying to mess with the uploader and scare him. Because the YouTuber had been talking and making noise almost the whole time, he might have inadvertently alerted someone else who may have wanted to play a prank on him just for the fun
Fully
of it.
in the woods?
Still,
No one
it's
else
hard to
is in the
imagine why
woods
anyone
at
else
night.
would be wandering in the same secluded part of the woods as the uploader. What's most disturbing is that the person or animal or whatever it was that made the noise appeared to yell out right after the guy turned off his lamp, almost as if they were waiting for that to happen to yell out something disturbing. Luckily, the uploader was able to make it back to his campsite safely and has continued uploading outdoor footage to this day. Sam is a
Skinwalker.
YouTuber from Cleveland,
It's a
Ohio, who's been
fucking
uploading videos of his
skinwalker.
stealth
Oh my
camping
god.
trips to his channel, The Northwest Wind, since 2016. For those of you who don't know, stealth camping just means parking your camper van pretty much anywhere without paying for parking, and people do it anywhere from residential neighborhoods to the middle of nowhere. In January 2024, Sam uploaded footage of his stealth camping trip to the woods in Cleveland, leaving his camper van at a local dog park a few hundred yards away. On his way into the woods, he finds a camping tent that's been shredded to pieces, which is honestly a little creepy, but he keeps going anyway. After setting up his tent in the woods, he starts cooking dinner
Someone
on a
could
camping
just
stove.
abandon
As
that.
the sun starts to set, he sees a couple of
fucking
people
humble.
walking by the campsite, and this is when he mentions that he's getting a bad vibe and feels like he's possibly in danger from them. Most experienced campers would probably tell you that if your gut is telling you something's wrong, you should probably call it a day and leave, but Sam decided to stick it out for the night and kept on recording. As soon as he settles down in his
You
tent
said
to get
you had
some
a
sleep,
bad feeling.
things start to get very creepy.
There's somebody, hang on. I don't know if they can see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent.
As the seconds pass by, the footsteps outside seem to get louder and louder.
I would
At one
fucking
point, Sam
run
calls
out
out to
with a
whoever's out
machete or
there,
a
but
knife.
at first he doesn't get a response. It's only after he calls out for about the 5th time that every camper's worst nightmare starts to become a reality for Sam.
They're walking around outside in circles.
That's scary, bro. Do you guys think it's his boy?
Hello?
Comment down below if you guys think this is his
Hello?
boy, bro. I don't fucking know.
Alright, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop. Hello?
Could it be a bear?
Hello?
No way.
getting out of here. Hello? Hello? I don't know what this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on. Hello? Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife? You're f***ing with me. With me here. Holy crap. Get away. What do you want? Hello? I can't see you. Hello?
Why would he say
Alright, I'm
he
getting out of
can't
here. We're
see
getting
you?
out of here.
You should say I could
One thing
see
that
you.
a lot of people in the
And he
comments of
leaves
Sam's
the
video have
light.
pointed out is that if you're being stalked or attacked by a stranger in the middle of the woods, it's probably not a good idea to show weakness by saying things like, I can't see you, I'm spooked, and I don't like this.
Like I just said.
After this, the attackers apparently leave the campsite, but as soon as he steps out of the tent, Sam sees them standing eerily in the woods just a few feet away from him.
They collapsed my tent on me.
That's scary,
know which
bro.
way they
What
went.
the fuck? Why would he just stand there?
I think they went this way. I see you.
Now
Get
he's saying the
away!
correct words. I would run at him.
Alright, I'm spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just standing there. They're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone!
Completely freaking out after the disturbing encounter, he obviously decides to call it a night and head back to his van in the park. But things only continue to get worse for Sam.
Alright, they're moving again. I don't know. I'm getting out of here. We're going. I'll come back for this some other time. Alright, get out of here. I'm leaving. Don't follow me. I don't know where to go. I don't know which way to get out of here. I smell your cigarette. I can hear you.
Watch him
I
get
hear you.
stuck.
As he's making his way back to the park, he looks back at the campsite and sees the attackers stealing his things, but he decides to leave his stuff behind, terrified for his life. As he's running through the woods now, he turns back and sees his attackers chasing him.
This has got to lead back to the main trail. I don't know where they are. I think
He could have got murdered that night.
it's all foggy up here. I got water in my headlamp. I don't know where to go. I don't see or hear anybody anymore. I hear them coming. Can't see the shadow. Here's a path. Okay, get me there. I'm recording all of this. I'm calling up police. All right, I'm back on the path. Back on
Yo,
the path.
this is so fucking like. Imagine like fucking being in the woods, pitch black, don't know what's
Get away
going
from
on.
me!
Fucking hearing shit run at
After
you.
making it back to his van safely, he drove home and gave his
But I
viewers
would
a recap
still
of
run at it
everything
with
that
a knife.
happened.
Like, what is he doing?
As you can imagine, a lot of people in the comments accuse the uploader of staging the video, mentioning that nobody in their right mind would continue to record as they sprint through the woods in the dark. But his reaction seems pretty genuine to me. Different people act different ways in situations of stress. As for who the two guys who stalked and attacked him were and what they wanted, it's really anyone's guess. If what they did to Sam was some kind of joke,
If his
it's a pretty
shit was
messed up joke to play
stolen,
on
then it's
someone.
obviously
But
not
because the uploader confirmed that they
staged.
didn't end up stealing his stuff when he went back the following morning, it's also clear that looting the campsite wasn't really their main focus. We can't really know what they would have done to him if he hadn't run from the campsite, but at any rate, it's probably a good thing he did. Love Sundays is a camping channel on YouTube run by a guy named Sean, who uploads some pretty cool footage of his solo camping trips everywhere in the UK. In February
He has a whole
2024, he
van.
uploaded a video where he left his van on the side of the road next to the woods, and then went to do some
Oh my
exploring,
God.
jumping over a
Imagine it
fence to
gets
walk through the woods.
stolen.
After
But he's
that, Sean
also a
makes his way back
dumbass
to
if
his
he
van to
doesn't
make
lock
dinner,
it.
where he then heads out once again for
Alright,
an
never
evening
mind.
stroll through the woods.
Oh, wait, maybe.
Upon his return to the van, he goes to bed at about 9 p.m. But at 3 in the morning,
Oh,
things
someone's
start to get a
probably
little disturbing.
outside the van.
Being well, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. A car's just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
I hear you're fucking sleeping bag.
As soon as Sean pulls back the curtains, the people who were walking around the van get back in their car. When he put his head out the window to see what was going on, the car drove away, leaving him alone for the rest of the night. It wasn't until the next morning that Sean realized what the
Weird.
visitors had done to his van.
Right, well, I
think we should at least go outside
Did they flatten his
and
tires?
see how miserable the weather is.
Oh, they trapped him in.
My door's stuck. What the actual...
What did they do? They trapped his door. They zip tied his door.
See that?
How do you get out?
So here's the... There's obviously just people wanting to walk about and just...
They zip tied only
funny,
one
I
side
guess,
because
but
the other side couldn't be zip
How
tied.
dangerous is that? Locking someone in their van? Let me check the back door. Well, there's nothing on this one because they wouldn't have been able to tie it to anything, would they? There's no way they could have done that door anyway.
Why someone would want to lock a stranger in their van is anyone's guess, and the only reasonable explanation I can
Harmless
think of is that
prank,
maybe they
I
were trying to
guess.
steal the diesel from the van and put the
Or
zip ties on
that.
the door in case Sean realized what was happening and attempted to get out to stop them. It could have also been a local who didn't want anyone parking their camping van in that area, but we'll likely never know. Luckily, after he cut the zip ties off, he made it back home unharmed and has continued uploading videos of his camping adventures in the UK.
Nothing bad. Nothing serious. Harmless prank.
TheFactsByHowToHunt.com is a channel dedicated to sharing knowledge about the outdoors and encouraging people to explore the wilderness.
Ooh, he's a fisherman. I love fishing. Yo, guys, comment down below. On my main channel, I might upload some fishing videos, go live IRL fishing. Let me know, and maybe we'll go. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll go out, and I might even take a boat out and go fishing, bro. That shit will be lit.
In
Holy
January
fuck.
2022, a pretty terrifying video was uploaded to the channel in which a group of teenagers can be seen reacting to some strange sounds coming from somewhere in the woods.
You hear it? Get Trevor. Austin, get the light.
Oh, is there banging? The fuck's that? Get in the truck and go.
Hey! That was not an elk.
The fuck is that?
Get my keys. Get ready.
What the fuck is that? Yo,
Everybody
guys,
get in my truck.
comment down below what you guys
When you're out in the
think.
woods in the middle
What
of the
fuck
night, it
is
can be easy
that?
to mistake certain animal noises with human screams. Foxes, coyotes, and bobcats are all known to make sounds that can sometimes be hard to tell apart from human yelling. But in this case, I don't know of any animal that can make that kind of noise, especially when you consider how loud the banging on the trees was.
Yeah, that
Elk
too.
are known to rub their antlers against trees, but it obviously doesn't sound that loud or menacing. A lot of people in the comments of the video have mentioned that the sounds aren't too different from human screams, and it could have just been a man screaming in the woods in the middle of the night.
Hitting
Although
a
that's
tree
also
with
pretty
a
messed up in
fucking.
itself. Even though
He's
some
probably
viewers have
hitting
claimed
the
the video is
tree with a
staged, the
fucking
uploader's reactions seem
sledgehammer
pretty
and
genuine in this
screaming.
case. And the only thing we can say for sure is that it's probably a
Oh,
good
that's
thing
the
that the
end?
guys didn't run into whoever
Alright.
or whatever was.
That's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.